We are going to be learning about the origins of the United States government. So, in order to figure out where people even got the idea for this type of government, we need to go way back in history and look at the Roman Republic. And we also need to look at a Greek city state called Athens. So, what we're going to start with, though, is this concept of a republic. Okay, so you had heard Roman Republic. A republic is a type of government. Hopefully, you remember this from yesterday. And this is the type of government that the United States actually has. So, where did the founders get their ideas about the government? The founders studied the history of government. So, the people who created the United States government, all of our founders, they all needed to look into history to figure out what kind of government they actually wanted. They knew how people in the ancient world governed themselves, and the founders liked what they read about the Roman Republic, so they used some of the Romans' ideas. The Roman Republic and the city-state of Athens, this is the reason why we don't have things like a king, even though the United States came from England and it started with people who originally were from England. We changed our government around because they studied history. The Roman Republic existed more than 2,000 years ago. Rome was the capital of the Republic. Today, Rome is the capital of Italy, but the capital of the Roman Republic was Rome, and the Roman Republic went all over Europe. It was very, very big. A king did not rule the Roman Republic. The citizens of Rome ruled themselves, very much like the United States. How can the people rule themselves? In many of the American colonies, people lived in small towns. If there was a problem in the community, the leaders would call a town meeting. During the town meeting, they talked about the problem and then decided what was best for the town. Okay, so in small towns, if everyone is able to get together and talk about the issues and then come up with a solution, that works well. As population grows, that has to change a bit. A town meeting is a form of direct democracy. Okay, direct democracy means that it is in the hands of the people. A town meeting is a form of direct democracy. Direct democracy means that the people themselves decide what laws that they need. Sometimes the people choose representatives to make the decisions for them. This is what the people in the Roman Republic did. The government of Rome was called a republican government. Okay, so instead of having people be represented, it's people representing themselves and their opinions only. That's a direct democracy. But if you have people decide to have a representative, so you have one person representing a few hundred people or thousands of people, that is a little different. That is a representative democracy. The founders read that the Republican government was one in which the people hold the power, the people give powers to leaders through elections, they actually elect them, and the representatives are responsible for helping all the people in the country, not just a few. So if somebody is represented or a representative, they're not supposed to just represent the people that voted for them. They're representing all of the people in their state or in their town. Why did the founders like the idea of a Republican government? Representatives are selected to serve the common good. They do not help just one person, such as a king. They do not favor only one group, such as the rich or the poor. So representatives, they make sure that whatever is generally needed for all people, whatever is good for most people, that is what they do. So it should not matter how much money they make. It should not matter what their jobs are. It should not matter if they have a family or not. They are working on the common good. Having representatives make the laws is much more efficient. In a direct democracy, everyone helps make the laws. Making laws can take a lot of time. So if you have thousands of people voting on it or debating it, that can take forever. People do not have time to do this. So by having representatives, you're giving people a job where their only job is to create these laws and to debate these laws. And that makes it more efficient. The people have a say in their government. The people do not give up their voice in the government, but we decide who will represent us. Okay, so even though you might not be able to go to a debate and debate your point of view, by electing somebody who represents you, you have them doing this for you. Okay, so your voice is still heard by having a representative. The representatives have to listen to the people. The people expect that their representatives are going to make good and fair laws. If the representatives do not make good and fair laws, then the people can vote them out of office. So if people are not doing their job the way that you want them to do it as a representative, they can be voted out. What is the common good? So the common good is really important. It is the main purpose of a Republican government. It is to promote the common good. The common good means what is best for the community as a whole. Now, with anything, there's always going to be some people who might be upset, some people who might not be included, but you're trying to get the majority of people helped. So if the majority of people are being helped or benefit from something, that is the common good. What kind of citizens make a Republican government work well? When you work to help others and promote the common good, you are showing civic virtue. The founders thought that people must have civic virtue for a Republican government to work. So this is another reason why in 8th grade we're learning about civics, because you need to know how your government works, and you also need to understand this concept of a common good and the purpose of what government can do in order to have civic virtue. Okay, so as a representative or as a citizen, you need to know what is best for the people, what is ethically the best option for major problems, and you need to work towards fixing those for the people of your country, including yourself. All right, that is it. You guys have some questions. Make sure you go back and answer all of them.